Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again, this is your brother L. We're about to get into beat making with brother L, the Wednesday edition. I got a few secrets that I will purvey and display for you today, right? So, well, one is I'm proud to say that we'll be working with a little bit of song structure, and we'll also be working with some vibes. So, as we normally do, I open up with something that I create like right before the class, and today is not different. And I'm gonna open up with this song. Well, we'll see how it goes, right? Let's just drop it on in and see if we got the blend. All right, let's go here. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. One, two. Uh-huh. Two, three. Uh-huh. 3, 4. And give them some more. Go. A little reggae, dub influence. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get it into it, to 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 it. And this is how we do it. Drop it down for him. Okay. Lord of mercy. Come on. Woo! Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Woo! Come on. Switch it up a little bit on them. Backwards again, my friend. Easy now, selector. Yeah, man. This is what we doing. For real. So, once again, welcome. My name is Brother L, and we'll be making some beats together. I had a request from the students to address a little bit of reggae dub influence production. And I'm going to do so The main focus of the lesson today also is song structure. How we create these beautiful arrangements of vibration. Because, you know, if you're talking to me, I'm saying that music is what? Rhythm and vibration. And, you know, so the frequency is the vibration of how things are put together and the structure, right? So, like, there's a lot to go over with that, right? Who knows what frequency really is? My students out there, can you help me? Let me know. Let me know you out there. Y'all out there? Okay, cool. We got folks chiming in on us, with us. Okay. Now, frequency is a fairly simple concept. It's the speed of vibration that determines the pitch of the sound, right? And if you think about it in terms of shapes and movement, frequency has a cycle. Frequency has a cycle. I guess I should do it this way because I'm shooting down, right? These cycles, right? Okay. And the repetition of the cycle is, you know, how you determine the pitch of the sound. Like how fast it repeats, right? Higher pitch. So let's take a look at that. What would that really look like on a waveform, right? Let's just take a look and write it out. So if I had a typical frequency, I could just write it out here. A typical wave, right? So as you see here, you got, maybe I should get another color marker here to help illustrate this. So you got this point right here. You got this point right here. Right? So when it completes, it's a cycle. Right? You get it? Boom, boom, cycle. I could have drawn that a little bit straighter, but you get the point. Actually, it looks a little crazy now that I did that, but the idea is clear. Okay, and this cycle that we utilize determines the pitch, right? And these are the notes that are vibrating, right? Throwing around that we're putting together in these song structures. I know, right? So we'll get back to this a little bit later, and it'll make more sense when we start doing a little bit of sound design. But right now, let me break down this track for you, what I did here, make it clear. So someone sent me, actually not someone, an artist I used to work with a long time ago named Locally, as part of Erratic Static. He sent me a voice message to Facebook with the melody. And the melody kind of went something like this. This is an interpretation of his melody. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum. Bum 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 ba da 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 dum. Bum 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 ba da da dum. So what I did, I just took the audio recorder and recorded it in. I determined the tempo, and I was just thinking, and just tapped it, tap, tap, tap. You have to tap the tempo at least 4 times for it to register a clear number. Okay, this so worked out somewhere between 83 and 85. I just chose 85 because that's a cool number to start with. All right, 1985 was a good year for hip hop. All right, so and then I was like, well, let's try this key A minor. All right, and first thing I came up with was the bass. Brother L, why didn't you follow it exactly? Because I don't follow things exactly. I follow things by feel. What they feel like to me. That's the important thing of making music, right? I'll go for that again. You heard what? Then we put some drums together. And this is the first piano I came up with, like this. Right? And then, so I was like, I wanted to develop this idea more. So then I kind of worked with that loop, and then all these other things came about. I pulled out the kind of my template, right? Right. I felt like it needed a little bit more sparse notation to kind of make it dub influence, so like somebody could toast it up. So I was allowing the vocalist to be able to bounce all around by making the note ornamentation, you know, sparse, right? So I didn't need to take up all that space because the vocal was gonna ride right up in there, right? Now you feeling where I'm going? Then I added a little bit of this clav to get up under that, to have this texture. It's about to come in, right? And you know how we do. That's Brother L right there, because he like to slide it right up under. Slide it. Then I put in some percussions. Give it that feel. Bum, bum, dum, dum, dum. And now you can see how it all comes together, right? Cool. Now, dig, this is by no way a song structure, but everything is here that we can actually make a entire song with, you know, and then we could potentially give it to an artist and allow them to kind of vibe out and do their own thing, right? I think one important concept of making music is that you are really, you know, approaching these ideas from, you know, your head, and you want to bring out these things that, you know, evoke feeling, right? And one way to do that is to, you know, minimize some of the orchestration in your track. You know, you provide like sections and territory, you know, you provide for, you know, let's just break it on down for everyone, right? You provide a foundation. The foundation of what we're doing is rhythm, right? Okay. That could be drums, that could be bass, and that could be some kind of really melodic things depending on how it's played. But the idea is to lay a foundation that you can build upon, okay? So the way I started, you kind of see, I just sang, you know, something that I was influenced by locally, but it's not a copy of what he did, you know, because I don't think that's the idea. I don't think artists should work about copying. I think artists should think about ways that they can become their unique selves through their art, or approach it. You know, it may take some time, because I know some people who, you know, got very good at copying other artists, and never really maintained their own identity. Never actually, you know, we don't really know what they sound like, but they're a good interpretation of Jay Dilla, or a good interpretation of DJ Primo, but they don't really have their own identity. That's never been Brother L's problem. And I don't want it to be yours either, because, you know, The idea, and these things are out here for us to do our thing together. And remember, when you're making music, it's for the people, right? And, some say that there's nothing new under the sun. This is true. But your unique is yours, right? Let's get into some of this song structure. Okay. So when I think about song structure, I think about what happens. So I represents introduction. V represents what? Verse, of course. Right. C represents chorus. All right. B represents bridge. C represents chorus. O represents outro or ending. Okay. So we got intro, right? We got verse, right? Let's go right down here. Let's check it out. We got intro, we got verse, we got chorus. We got, what else? We got a bridge. And then we got ending. These are parts, ending or outro, as I put there. Right. So these are things right here that we got. Can make it real nice and clear for you. Okay. And these things can be moved around like building blocks. I mean, if I was to even just cut these out, I could, but I'm not. I could just move them around into how, I see this song developing. Like, so for instance, I could, I don't have to have an intro. I could strike that and start the song with the chorus. I could start the song with the chorus, then go into a verse, and then, go back into another verse, and then a bridge, and then end. Could do that. There's many ways to approach this, but one common method is this here. I've seen it a lot, and if you pick apart songs on the radio or songs that you've heard, they follow this similar format. Introduction, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro or ending. Bridge. What is bridge? Most people might not know what a bridge is. Let's just break it down for them. Who out there knows what a bridge? Okay. A bridge is just a variation. That's all that it is. Simple variation. And the reason why one may do a bridge as a simple variation, because the simple going from verse to chorus to verse may seem a little bit predictable. So how do you throw the listener off but still keep their interest? It's nice when you're listening to music that you hear something that surprises you, but it also shouldn't surprise you so much that it's like, that don't sound like that belong in there. It shouldn't jar you. And that's another way to think about it too. It's what the composer wants to do. I don't really want to set up any routines or really, like for instance, what did I do here? I don't want to set up anything that makes you conform to a particular way of writing, because that's not the idea. The idea is that these are blocks and modules that you can use to help that you can use to allow people to follow your ideas. That's all they are, really, to be quite honest with you. And there is no right or wrong. You can start a song with a chorus, or you can start a song with an introduction. You can start a song with a verse. Heck, some of the best people to do it, I'll put it like this, like, Wu-Tang and RZA's production, right? They've done songs that don't have choruses, straight verse throughout the entire song, and the beat don't change, and we still love it. So, the idea is that how do you connect with people, your audience, and your audience is your network, and your network is your conversation and people around you. How you relate to them, and do your thing. So, like I say, introduction, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro, very typical. But here's some alternate song structures that I've seen. Verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Verse, bridge, verse, chorus. Okay. It's no need to commit this to memory, but one should know that songs have introduction, verse, chorus, bridge, ending. Those are like these building blocks. Now, the unique thing about working in a DAW is that, especially GarageBand, they help you simplify these things. Because, you know, when I was building this track, I was working in 4-bar increments, right? So, essentially, that's one section of a song, you know, and how I define it to be is totally up to me, you know. Cool. So, section B. Some programs allow you to actually name your sections, but GarageBand in this iteration doesn't allow you to do so. I think they do it for clarity. So much to think about when you can just actually be entertaining the ideas of creating. Okay. All right. So that's cool. We've addressed a few things. We talked about song structure. We've talked about, you know, how these are just building blocks. Do you know how to work these sections? Let's build out a song to even make it more simple. Okay, so what I have here already, I have 16 bars. And I would like to let you know what those 16 bars are, so I'll bring in all sections. And what we'll do is we'll make a typical song structure from these pieces that I have here. Okay, so I would like to say there's really no introduction in this. There's just verse, and I guess we can consider this. Can we consider this the chorus? Because everything is in. Yeah. So I don't understand why all of this stuff is still connected. I've put my, I've tried to put the air, I don't know what you call it. I'm trying to block calls, and people tend to call me at this particular time, and they know I'm having this class, and I don't understand why they do that. But that's okay. They just don't pay attention. That's unique, right? Okay, I want you all to pay attention. I hope that my stream didn't end. Okay, let's see here. At any rate, so let's get back into it. So what's happening here is that I want to make a typical song structure. I want to go I want to do verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. Okay, let's do this. The exact same structure here, including the intro. But to do that, we'll work in 8-bar increments. Okay, so I would like to consider that our chorus could be this last portion. And then let's see how this sounds in there with that chorus. so that's the chorus. So section D is the chorus. Boom. That's clear. All right. And then the verse will be this. And this will be the bridge. Okay. So we got section A, verse, and then chorus is D. So let's go in here, now that we know that, in section B. Section C, what's section C here? This is, it's kind of a reiteration, so let's delete that for right now. We don't need that anymore. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go in here, and since this is the verse, we're going to work in 8-bar increments, right? So let's just say our song is 8 bars, right? 8-bar increments. So we're going to make 2 of these. So to do that, I duplicate section A, and then I'll edit, and now section A, section C, that goes into there. Okay, go back, and then so we want, that'll be 8 bars, and then we need to move into our chorus. So one thing that I could do right now, so we know that section B was, what was section B? Section B was our bridge. So we can just kind of like put that there for a moment and forget about it for like about 3 seconds. So, and then we're going to duplicate. The chorus is 8 bars. Okay. Okay. And so then if the chorus is 8, then we'll edit. Then we'll bring our section E to there, right? So, and then now we'll go to section B here, and we'll duplicate section B, which was our bridge. And then now we need to duplicate the chorus, which chorus is D. So we're going to duplicate the chorus, and then we're going to duplicate the chorus one more time. And then we're going to make an outro we'll make an outro of the beginning, which was the verse. And then we'll do that twice. And then now we have a song. Well, remember, I didn't make an intro. This song is going directly into the verse, and that's on purpose. Okay, so I do have this part. Let's unsolo these things, because to bring everything back to life. We'll mute that. We don't want that. And now we're off. Okay, Breaking Bad is our bass. So we need to turn Isabella on, and now we got our song. I didn't use the intro. Skip the intro, because now we're making our own thing. We'll go verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, and then we out. Let's listen. I did not cut that part out. Okay, but we will do it one more time. There we go. Now, I got the percussion going on in here, and we don't always need the percussion. We definitely need it for what? The chorus. And we definitely, maybe we'll take it out here, delete, and then we'll delete, and then we'll leave it there, and then we'll delete, and then we'll leave it there, and then we'll just leave it in. How about that? Let's check it out. So we got different things happening for this entire arrangement. I'll start it over because I didn't realize that the cue was not on the song. There we go. Cool. I'm digging that. Now that was just a quick song. Now you start working with the artist, right? And then you start seeing a larger picture because the artist will allow you to make deviations and ornamentations for a complete vibration. That sounds slick. I got to remember that. Deviations and ornamentations for a complete vibration. Because that's what we're doing. We're going to make things cool in time, right? There's a lot of complexities to working with vocal talent, rappers and MCs and, uh, vocalists and even poets. There's ways to ornament them because essentially the voice is another instrument, and how you use your voice and what you say. You know, we also should think about, our intention in the things that we create because we're bringing vibrations out into the universe, right? And it's within our control. I like to pivot for a moment and think about what it means to be a creative. Okay. Because this brother L beat making session. So I could do however I like, right? But what does it mean to be a creative, in your opinion? Like when you're creating something, what's important to you? How are you inspired and how do you inspire others with your work? Or is that the point for you? I would love for you to answer that in the chat because part of this is about building community. And I'm sharing gifts, sharing skills to, you know, show you all, by doing that there is healing within music and how to approach it. And being informal and being informational and, breaking down barriers between what we do here as artists and how we share our gifts with people. Okay? So, I really like to get into your head. Let me know how you feel. Okay. Cool. So, we've done a few things so far. We've got our structures together, and this song is dope. Let's see who's in this chat right now. Oh, let's take 1 second because it's very important because I'm really trying to make sure that you all know my social media identities. So please take a moment and add these social media identities while we switch our focus into an entire new jamification. We're going to make a new song, right? Together. Add me. Add me on IG. I'm the brother named L. Named is in past tense. Facebook, you're probably on Facebook or either YouTube. YouTube, I am composed by L. I don't have that on here. But just to let you know that this stream is archived on YouTube. So you can look up Brother L. The channel is called Composed by L. And, I would love for you all to, let me know what you're doing. All right? So let's get into the next situation of our course here. Let's make some new music. Okay. Yeah. So let's get out of here. I'm trying to relieve our sections here. Okay, now we got some sections. And now we're back. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah. So I'm going to delete some of this stuff here that I did in this piece here because I'd like to start a new piece, but I'd like to utilize some of the same instruments. Okay. Let me show you how to start a track by using your voice. It's a cool method. I'm unplugging, right? Let's go into this here. So let's get us a tempo. Okay, that's cool. I'm vibing now. So we at 100 now, right? So what we could do is turn our metronome on. Yeah. Dum 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 dum. All right, here we go now. Dum 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 dum. Okay, now that's just merely the inspiration. And let's see what this transforms into. I just recorded a vocal in here so that I can actually have a template to work from. And we're starting from scratch. We're about to do something totally different. Okay, let's see here. Let's find one of these other instruments. Let's go back. See what's here. Let's listen to what we wrote. Dum 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 dum. Okay. Seem like I'm working in a similar key, but remember, we don't have to be exact. This is just an interpretation to get a groove. 2, 3, here we go. That note, I'm not sure if I like that one though, but let's maybe turn that somewhere else. Let's get us some drums in this. But we're gonna delete this one. And then we're gonna pull out some new. Let's find out some acoustic drums or electronic drums to get us a little vibe. And then we might come back. Let's go back into it. 2, 7. I'm going to duplicate this so that I can add some things around it. Click and hold, duplicate. Remember, I split up the drum so I can have a better time mixing them together. I might even go another step. could be it. What does he? Excuse me. Let's try this marimba. Ooh. Not that F though. Let's try it again. Yeah, let's go lower. Vocal out now. It's kind of funny how you still hear it in your head, don't you? I pulled it out, but you hear it. Find out some more instruments. More synths. More synths. That's something that's real hard if you miss this. Now, you know, I did that 3 times. Sometimes I feel like my fingertips have been rubbed off, so I'm in the groove and I'm trying to hit this. I got some solutions for that, but I'll tell you about it later. That would actually require us having another device that would actually control this as a controller, so you'd have a separate thing. But what we're working with in GarageBand, we're working it all in one, which makes it really lovely because, you know, I want this class to be accessible for everyone. Combination of the slow, thin string and soft key sound slip. Y'all feel where I'm going though. It's just that underpinning of foundational low end so that you can move the room. Now some may not hear that low end if you're just listening directly to the iPad without any headphones or anything like that. Or you don't have a system that you have your iPhone or your iPad plugged into. But that's some low end. It's playing. I just don't know if I'm playing the right thing. Any thoughts? Alright, I'm going to try one more time. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, go. It was it right there. Almost. That part right there, I hit that double note. Let's go back in and edit it. Yes, sir. And then what we're going to do here, we're also going to go in here and then we're going to put a little bit of quantization on here. Snap those notes in place. Everybody knows what quantization does, right? Basically that corrects your timing. If you did a performance and you performed a piece and it's, not exactly where it needs to be, you can snap those notes in place with quantize and it'll really make a difference. You can play them, but sometimes, you want to move fast and you want to get these ideas down, and quantize is your friend. I would say that a good performance is always the best, but quantize is your friend. That's almost right though. I still don't like it, but I'm gonna yeah, it's gotta go doom. It's gotta do this first. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna do this. Ooh, brother L. Why you so unsatisfied? Because we got all these tools here to make it exactly the way we want. So I'm going to cut this out because I don't think that should be there. And I'm going to copy this and duplicate it here. Check it out. Copy, paste. Boom. Now let's listen. That might be challenge 2, that one note. What is it? Let's try it again. This one here. Yeah, that. Let's try something else right there. Yeah. It feels better to me. Now remember, we're not technical about this. We're definitely not super technical about anything we're doing here. The vibe and how we create is more important, and how we're engaging with each other is the most important. Okay? All right? So let's check it out. What else should we add to this? thoughts? Hey, gang, are we live? Yeah, cool. We are. Just want to make sure, because sometimes it's not clear if we're live. Okay, we got Lotus Love checking in. I'm trying to teach myself how to play the guitar and finding quality things, apps. Finding quality things, apps is difficult. Finding quality apps. Yeah, I really want a teacher. Okay. So any guitar teachers, look up Lotus Love off my page. That's not what we're doing. We're making beats. But show us some love. Back to it. I feel like we need like a slow, crescendo-y, connected kind of string. Let's see if we can find something. So, as far as strings go, we got a couple of them. Boom. Boom. Good. Let's see what we got here. Recording. Just a little. You see how fast I move my finger, then it rose in volume. But let's just listen really quickly and get right. Not bad, but we can fix that. And we really just want it to be kind of underpinned to give it a little bit of body. So let's find these notes and we'll adjust the velocity. That's that one note, very loud. What's this? So they're all kind of in a similar I don't even know if we need this note, but let's just listen. I like that. Now we're gonna find another synthesizer to duplicate that part. You know, if I had, my ARP right here, I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'd be able to dial it in. Let's see what that's interesting. So duplicate, click, hold, copy, and then what we're going to do is we're going to paste. Oops. I'm going to paste this right here. Copy, paste, copy. That's not what I want me to do. That's interesting. So I can't copy from a string to a keyboard. Okay. You saw it, right? Didn't allow me. GarageBand, what's up with you? Why y'all handcuffing us like this? You know what I mean? It's like the government, won't let anybody get masked anymore. Do they want people not to be able to breathe, or they want everybody to perish? I don't know. These questions, I'm sure everyone's asking at this moment in time. hmm Yes, indeed. So, I really would like a connected kind of a lead sound. It needs to be. That's not bad. Connected. Do you see what I mean? You hear it going from pitch to pitch, but I like it. Real soft and gentle. Come in just like that. 6, 7, 8. Almost got it. I will go back down instead of that. You see, I double click. So if you click and hold the undo, it'll go to redo. Do we want to start with that note? Yeah. And you see. Oh, I just thought of a cool little phrase that we'll sample. So remember, this is what we started with. Just for kicks and giggles. This was what we utilized to begin our track. But let's turn down some of these things. So our bubbling. track just transforms with just a few minor things. We can get rid of the things that we're not interested in anymore. Delete. Ay, ay, ay. Double click, 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 double. Double click, hold, you know what I mean? Hold. Okay, now just because I'm Brother L, I gotta do this sample situation here. Okay. Let's see here. Sometimes I get lost from scrolling. Okay, what was I thinking? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So, let's. So that doesn't matter either. Bring it back. Now it's got. Okay. Plugging back in, my friend. It'll take a few seconds. How we feeling out there in the land of the World Wide Web? It's taking a second. Is it gonna get there? Let's see. We have sound. Cool. Let's see how we're going to organize this. I got an idea. So this is the sample. I want to do a little bit to develop this sample. What do we want to Right. So it needs to be a little thicker, right? Okay. We still hit it. What is that? That's this. Let's bring it back. It's gone, right? See, you have you have the option and the ability to truncate samples, so you can bring in and cut out what you don't want. And if you hold it, like I just did, it will fine tune, so you can actually. That's if you need to. I want this to be a bit rough around the edges, but let's get back to. And then I want to add some things on here to make it even more interesting as far as plugins are concerned. Let's see what we have natively that we can utilize to make this texture a little bit more interesting. Oops. So chorus could be interesting. Turn it all the way up so we can hear what's happening. Spreading me out on the frequency spectrum. You want to see what that looks like? So my vocal is sitting right between 50 hertz and 2000. That's not bad. We could curve it some more, cut out some of that bass, or we could even add bass. But when you add bass from a vocal recording, yeah, normally what happens is that you introduce noise and mud. It's just not a clear signal. The fundamental frequencies for this voice right about here, just to let you know, from 200 to 500 in these terms. That gives you most of all the texture, because you can actually scroll to it and just listen. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. See how that's. Yeah. Let's turn it up a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna ornament that with what? We'll ornament that with a different sound. And why? Because that is just a space holder to, let's listen. Let's put a little echo on it. Any ideas? What should we add, gang? What y'all feeling? Cool, cool, cool. All right. So, dig. I think this is a good point to pause for the cause, so you all can get yours. Right. So what we're doing here, we've made this track. And the technique was this. I recorded a simple idea with my voice. Real simply, I just picked up an audio recorder voice, boom. And I recorded a 4/bar phrase with the metronome on so that I can keep myself on beat. And I built the track around the vocal snippet that I made. Now, I could leave that in there or I could take it out. That's up to you. It's all about your own creativity. So this is another way you can start a track and really utilize your own creative prowess, your own creative internal powers so that you can bring them forth and you can share them with us, right? So worked on our song structures, right? Remembering that anything could be switched around and designed how you want it to be, right? And we're gonna go out with this jam how we normally do. To the essence of this track. That's right, we split the drums up. could also lock some of these, right? So I put the lock on it, and then when I hit it, right, I can take my finger off of it. Let's bring in those hi-hats. Strings. Bring it backwards and then bring percussion in. Bring that monster bass back in. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. That could be its own thing. Yes. 1 2 1 2. And this has been Brother L's beat making session utilizing GarageBand. And you know how we like to end with a little bit of performance of what we created together, right? And I like to take 1 second to refocus about all the ideas that we've displayed thus far. You have these modules to move around your song structure, right? Just don't feel like you're trapped when you're making your beats, right? Because a lot of people feel like, you know, they're just beat makers and they don't have an idea, a clear idea how to make a song. I showed you various ways that you can actually complete a song and have it interesting, you know, and you could turn these things around. I showed you how to create a song from an idea that came from within with my voice, right? We worked around that. There's so many different ways we can build. And until then, we'll build again on Friday. Peace.